Let's talk about the major benefits of adaptive learning for the business, for the training function, and for the learner. For the business, adaptive learning brings two major benefits. Firstly, and probably most importantly, it delivers productivity back to the business. The fact that adaptive learning saves hours, it reduces the amount of time that employees spend in training, means that we give productive hours back to the business that are better spent doing real work. Secondly, there's a focus on mastery. We get an objective measure of whether in fact an employee is proficient in something or not. For the training function, adaptive learning brings a number of benefits. Probably first and foremost is the amount of data that gets collected. The nature of adaptive learning is that we teach by asking questions. The system collects the answers to each of those questions. That allows us to do things we've never been able to do before. We can look at individual courses and see the particular areas that not only individual learners are having problems with, but also across groups. Otherwise, how do you know that the training that you create is being effective? How do you know whether different topics within any given course are difficult or easy, whether they're making a difference, whether people are struggling, whether people are even paying attention? The question-based nature gives us that very granular level of data. The second benefit for the training function is that the nature of having to write those questions means we really have to think about the learning objectives. It does mean a bit more effort, but we actually have to think about the outcomes that we're looking for from that training course. For the learner, we see benefits in engagement, we see benefits in time, and we see benefits in mastery. What we found is that because of the question-based nature of the approach, it's much more engaging for the learner. No longer do they become distracted. They actually feel part of that learning process. They also recognize very quickly that the learning is adapting to them. It feels like finally someone is actually paying attention, even though it's an e-learning system. Imagine that. That level of engagement means they're paying much more attention, they're learning more, and that's going to drive productivity.